Yo, what's up guys? It's the Elephant, and it is time for Top Drive's Garage Update Episode 4, which is a little series where instead of doing like a garage review once every year, I do like almost weekly or every 2 weeks, I do an update on my garage about what has happened so far in the 2 weeks, from like singular ceramics that I don't record, or just anything that's really happened in my garage, new max outs or upgrades or stuff like that, or cars that I've gotten. So, first thing that I want to show is my fuse material pile that I've collected so far, where I have 248 cars that are locked and 30 that are unlocked. So, this is what the unlocked is looking like. It's a rather large collection of super rares, 24 super rares, which is enough to max one ultra rare and then about half of another ultra. And then I've got 6 ultra rares, which are these. So, I'm fusing this one away because I already have it, same with this one. And the Exige S1, I already have it, and I just have other ultra rare projects that I would work on before this one. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards fusing it away, because that's how I look at like my ultra rares that I don't want to fuse. That's like the same with this one too, well, this one I also just have a better Aston Martin in the first place, so that's why I didn't really want to keep it, even though I do like the car a lot. But for the Exige S1, I looked at all my ultra rares that I need to upgrade or max out soon, and if there's at least 5 before it on the priority list, then it's fine. I'm fine with fusing it away. So this car, I already have one maxed out at 233. I don't really urgently need a second one, and I'll probably pull one again sometimes in the far future. So I'd rather use it as fuse material. It would have more use as epic fuse material. And then I've got the G500, which there's just better cars, and the Land Rover Sport isn't just that good. So yeah, so that's basically my fuse material pile that I've collected. It's pretty solid. I'm still collecting a lot more though, because for when the new update comes out, I want to be able to put lots of upgrades into other cars. That's the thing with the American update. When it came out, I was able to easily max out 2 epics quickly, where I maxed the firepower in the first week of the update coming out, and then the juiced, it took me about a month into the update to max out. So that's 30 ultra rares to have it maxed, so that took a bit. But then I was also able to max out a ton of ultras too for the update. The only higher tier car isn't maxed out is the TL SH all-wheel drive, because I didn't really have a need for it ever, besides in that Acura final, but I didn't really use it as a useful aspect of my team. So that's why then I'm saving fuse for this update. And then my other thing that's happened with my garage is in the epic category. I pulled a new meta epic for my garage. It's actually a low RQ epic, but it is the Peugeot 306 Maxi. So I've been looking for the Pescarola because I still don't have one yet, and it does have a chance to go epic. So pulling a super rare that might go epic would be really useful to have in my garage, and it's a good front wheel drive car too. So opened so far 5 French premiums, I think. Yeah, 5 French premiums. 3 of them have been Clios. Another one's been the C2R2 Max, which I already have. And my 4th one was the Peugeot 306 Maxi, which actually is pretty useful. It has a 0% win ratio because the 2 front-wheel drive club events I joined were all in rain, which kind of sucks because so far only club's front-wheel drive has been rain, so I can't really use it. But I really want to start working on it and maxing it out. So I'm not sure if I want to use my Ultra Rare Fuse right now and start working on an epic, because I do have a lot of epic projects that I want to work on, like the AMG GT, one of these 2 Aston Martins, maybe work on my Boxster Spider or the M2 Delimited, at least put 1 chassis fuse into the CC, maybe finish off my Acadia Denali, or work on the 306 Maxi, because they're all really good cars or really useful cars in my garage, so that's why I want to start putting upgrades into them. Then let's see if anything else has changed. I do have a maxed Metropolis, which I maxed out for that one event. I did manage to pull out a Maserati Grand Cabrio, I can't speak. Maserati Grand Cabrio MC from a ceramic pack that was unrecorded, which I'm really happy with because I've been needing this car for a while, considering my best car in that sort of Italian category of cars like that. I do have the Guaira, but it doesn't really have MRA, but still it's a great car. I just haven't maxed out yet. But the other car in that category has been my Gran Cabrio, which loses to the Gran Cabrio MC and the Gran Turismo. So, really happy that I was able to pull the Gran Cabrio MC, and I might max it out sometime when I need it. Then, other interesting stuff that I pulled, I also pulled a Honda Civic Type R, which also I'm really happy with because it helps my front-wheel drive collection a lot, and it's also a great Japanese car. Plus then also the new addition yesterday, which is the Land Evo 1. So, garage is looking pretty good so far. Then for super rares, let's see, anything new? Not really anything interesting for super rares. I did pull a Venom, which I'm pretty sure was in a video. It might not have been though. I also pulled a Subaru Forester, which I think I might max out because it does seem to have rather solid stats. And then I maxed out the Crossfire concept. And yeah, that's basically it for supers. Rares, nothing interesting has happened. I pulled my Escort Rally Spec after selling it stupidly, but I've got an Escort Rally Spec back, so really happy about that. Rares is just a bunch of random stock rares and a few upgraded ones. Uncommons, I've started working on a lot of uncommons. I pulled the Honda CRX 1.6 i16, which is more of just a nostalgic car for me, because it was a car I had in my garage from like my old garage from like 2 years ago. So I used to have it on that account and I used it a lot. So I'm really happy to have it on this account now. Only been used in 8 races, 0% win ratio, but that's because I've just been using it like as a farming hand in clubs. But still, I'm really happy to have that car. Anything else that's happened? I did pull a S10 Blazer Extreme again. Or not an S10 Blazer Extreme, but an S10 Extreme. And yeah, working on my Fulvia Coupe right now for that project. Commons, nothing really interesting. It's just a bunch of commons. And so yeah, that basically concludes Top Drive's garage update. One more thing, actually, that I've been like thinking about for my garage, which is what legendary I should start working on next. Because since I have maxed out, oops, that's the wrong car. Since I have maxed out my 911 GT2 RS, I'm thinking about like what my next project should be. It's not going to be the R8 Spider V10, or the Murcielago LP640, or the Cayenne Turbo, is what I've decided. Because they're cars that don't really need like fuses into them unless there's like an event going on, but they're like cars I don't really think I need to work on, like, because they won't have very much uses outside of like specific events to them. Where like the Cayenne Turbo is a useful off-roader, but there are a few better ones, and it's just off-roaders you don't really need to max out that are legendaries. Like, you only really need to max out a legendary off-roader when it's like a finals based specifically around that being the best off-roader. And then Murcielago, there's just better Lambos. I have the Aventador SV, which I would max before I upgrade the Murcielago. And then the R8 Spider, it's a good car. I've found strong use out of it. It doesn't win very often, but that's also because it's 3,490 for a legendary. But still, I found good use out of it, and it's not a bad legendary, but I don't really think it needs to be my second max legendary after my first max legendary being a rather low RQ one. So that's why I'm thinking of maxing out like one of my heavy hitters, like maybe the NSX, except it did get that nerf, so its MRA isn't as strong anymore, and it is rather heavy. But I am an American specialist, so that's why I am leaning towards working on that. Also, the Peugeot Oxia is one of my heavy hitters. It has very strong MRA, 4-wheel drive, and a high top speed. So I'm leaning towards working on this, or also my Aventador SV, where it hits 2.3 100 handling, which is very strong for a legendary. Or if I work on the 12C, it would just be putting one fuse in a chassis, so it'd hit 2.8 95, which would then just make it a much better performing car. Just like when being put up against maxed epics and stuff that have like 97 to 100 handling in the British category. So that's why I'm just sort of deciding which ones. Not really sure which one I'm leaning towards to work on right now, but I also don't really have any epic fuse, because most of my epics right now are useful ones, or like only ones I'd really have that are fuse. So maybe the S8. I want to keep the 7420 because I don't have any other Caterhams. G35 I'm keeping just because I've had it for so long, so I'm not going to fuse it away because it's kind of special to my garage. ZL1 convertible is American, so I want to keep it. And I don't really have any other fuse epics. I mean, the TT RS Plus Coupe could be a fuse epic, but I've actually found good use out of it, so I'm not going to fuse it away. So really, I don't really have anything to fuse away. I guess the TL SH all-wheel drive would also fall under that category, but it's American, so I'm not going to get rid of it. So yeah, I've more just got a lot of epic projects to work on. So that's basically it for Garage Update Episode 4. Thanks for watching, I guess. If you like these type of videos, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that cool stuff. I'm Yellowfin. Goodbye.